Hello, this is Spidey1958, and welcome to my Let's Play Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous Release Version, Episode 25. Last time we dealt with the cemetery and did some cleanup, so let's go out into the world. I basically did some selling and stuff like that.
I'll go ahead.
Do we want to keep him or swap her out? Oh, that is a good question. Let's go ahead and swap her out for the moment. That's weird. Saving was impossible. Okay, we're going to move to here first. Oh, and we met someone on the road. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Glorians. So common that the use of the word of anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from rifts in the ground, the rain of eyeballs, all the world wound is known for, would find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly of travelers feel uneasy at its borders. Why? Because instinctively they understand the place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer, for which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and her army walk up the high bank of the West Selen River, where it draws near the border of the world wound. The soldiers feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edge and sickening bends, the shade of mercury on the horizon, rising to dirty rust. As it arches towards the soldier's head, it regains its familiar azure hull. The soldiers whisper and grumble. The commander feels eyes upon her back. Somewhere among them, wearing simple armor, unrecognized by anyone, the ruler of Mendev is standing and watching the new commander closely. The commander gives a signal to wait and climbs to the highest point along the bank, and she decides. So that would be a 3 or more, and that would be an 8 or more. Address the soldiers and boost their morale. Establishing rapport with her troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. Though the subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale or lose faith in authority. Addressing the army on the border of the world wound, the commander seeks to establish herself as a military leader on this new battleground. And her efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Someone in the ranks jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for him. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers step warily behind the shroud of low-backed clouds. It's the world wound has reached out a finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the clouds come to life, shooting out howling tornadoes, one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements on one side of the scales, the soldiers' faith and inspiration on the others. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. They struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army's only loss are a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off in the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their first encounter with the world wound has ended in their favor. So we have Army 1, which is back here, which is fairly big because that's the one that we recruited with. I don't think we have any more we can recruit. I think we're out of, yep, we are out. But we have this army to move, so So that gives us 94 archers, 265 footmen, and 20 actual clerics. That dramatically increases the strength of our army. But it also ended their movement. So let us go back to our party. And let's go see if we can find that ring. Okay.
I found something.
What did you find? Something down here. Nothing spectacular. We're finally here. Elin and Curl must be around here somewhere. And Janna, too, if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Greetings, Sheila, and greetings to you, Knight Commander. Elin is feeling a little shy. He thought he asked for help from a couple of nobodies like us. But now you turned into the saviors of Cannabis, knights of the Fifth Crusade, marked by Iome's blessing, and you still came to help him dig through a pile of junk. Haha. Let's not talk about it. I assure you I'm the same Sheila, your friend from the League of Carts, and we came here to help you look for Elin's ring. By the way, where's Curl? He didn't come with us. He said an old wound was acting up. All right, my friends, since we're here, let's finish this mission quickly. I really don't feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems. What does the ring look like, and where should we look for it? The last time I saw the ring, it was with my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in total disarray. I don't know how we'll even ever find it. The ring is made of a shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek is not just a jeweler, he's an artist. There's no mistaking one of his creations. Sounds delightful. I wish I possessed one of Master Dalek's fine works. I've seen them from afar, worn by visitors to the Gwen mansion, but I've never held one before. I was never allowed to approach important guests. I'm not one for florid compliments, my lady, but I suspect the master would happily give you one of his works as a gift. He does that from time to time when he meets someone whose beauty inspires him. Thank you, sir. Trinket worth several months' pay, Elin. The rules on the surface are insane. You should give your girl fried rats like we do. Save yourself a lot of trouble. Is there something wrong, Elin? Am I making you nervous? I apologize. Janana is right. Much has changed since we met in Cannabis. Some things for the better, some not at all. All right, off we go. Jen and I will look around the north side. We'll see what we find. Something. Let me get a drink. Or when we give up trying. Deer. I guess I could hunt him. He probably have meat, but... Ground is trampled here, and there are signs of battle everywhere. The Hound Hearts were clearly attacked by demons. Not seeing anything. Oh, there's something. Oh, Knowledge World.
See? I'm indispensable.
Torn flag of the Hound Hearts. A small but noble order of crusaders. A small quasit. It's mine! It's mine! Elin, look at the creepy thing. What's it's holding? I've seen one of these before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but it'll bolt if it senses any real threat. Let's surround it and attack all together before it can figure out what's happening. Well, so much for that plan. Mine! Mine! Elin, Jenin, they're all right to come around soon. Quickly, Jessine, let's catch the little rascal before it flies off with the ring. There it is. Mine! The ring is mine! You can't catch me, silly weak elf. Or silly weak half elf. You mustn't get it. Girl, what are you? Elin, stop. Have you gone mad? He's using a summon spell. Why did you stop? Your lovely prey has just stepped into my trap. No, Elin Sheelan. Help, damn it. Get ready.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Since we're already in this mode, let's go ahead and fight in this mode.
I'll cut you wide open. Let's try this way.
I didn't realize there was one right there.
Out of my sight!
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Cover me, all right?
You crossed the wrong mongrel. Did you see that?
The spirits demand your blood. This will hurt. An expected outcome.
Go, Silver.
I will see to your demise.
The light take you.
Elin, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all of this. He might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we thought there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some small harmless demons, so he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in the redemption of scoundrels. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And how will we ever know because you let him escape? Better to let a thief escape than cut down an innocent. Elin, think. Sheila was defending someone who she thought was her friend, and she stopped you from doing something you might regret. I don't need a shepherd to light my path and save me from regrets. Can you say the same, Sheila? Or you, Commander? You clearly have something to say. Go ahead, then. Spit it out. Sheila, I didn't want to say this, but I think you as my friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened to Grey Garrison, you're in serious danger, and maybe not just you. You might like to ignore the military hierarchy and the rules of knightly orders, but there's wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from private to an officer. A knight begins as a squire. Even Iolmede's paladins gain their abilities gradual. But with you and the commander, you are granted incredible powers far surpassing seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift at just the right moment and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. That's a great deed and will be remembered for ages to come. But what happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The Queen gave you such vast power, all while you were sidestep everything, training, experience, hardship. This is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly, and how much good has this brought Mendev? I'm frightened by what I see, especially by the way that you, Sheila, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home, just like thousands of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. I wanted to tell you the same thing, Commander. You're right to an extent, Elin, but I didn't choose my lot, and I'm just trying to fulfill my duty as best I can. I apologize for my harsh words. I said it to Sheila, and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach, but a warning. The power you'll be given, it may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusaders around with you. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time and subject you to the dangers here. Now at least we know that Curl is a traitor, and Janan is a coward, ready to abandon her friends when the going gets rough. I hope we all learn the lessons from these mistakes. As for the blasted ring, to hell with it. Kiev won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Jacine, let's go back. I'd like to talk to you about it later. I have a lot to think about. Okay, but first let's loot everything. How bad did we get injured? The horse and Camille are our only injuries. Well, we can fix that easy enough.
Your company.
Everybody's healed. Okay, there's a bunch of other stuff here to loot, so let's start looting. So there's a box here. Yep. And there's a lock. Nope, that's not locked. It's just loot. I thought there was something locked around here. Oh, there's stuff over here. Whoops. Let's have everybody go over here. Melted shard of a ring. We haven't been finding enough of the elemental stuff to actually fix any of this. Ah, this is the thing that's locked.
I am helpful, am I not?
Do. Nothing great, but hey. Hat of Heartening Song. When the wearer of this hat uses any song, this song also grants healing 1 at level 1, fast healing 2 at level 5, and increasing by 1 point every 4 levels. Wow! If we had a bard, that would be perfect. I think that's everything. Unless there's something up here. I don't know if we can even get up there. Nope, we can't even get in there. Okay, let's head down here. And let us go ahead and head back to our camp. So we can talk to Sheila. Have to figure out where she is. But she's on the map. I knew I'd find you here. I've been trying to catch you alone recently. Everyone seems to want something from you. You being the commander of Crusade probably has something to do with it. That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I've seen you fight plenty of times now. The way you charge in a battle like everything's depending on you. I don't know if you're trying to be a hero or if it's just your honor at work. But when I think about you getting hurt, it's like my insides just turn to ice. Because we're friends and I worry about you. I know, you're the commander and you gotta lead the charge, but let me protect you. It's the least I can do for you. Because we're comrades, right? And I don't want a comrade to be devoured by demons. Just comrades? It sounds like a little more than that. Then you must have a literal army of admirers because every one of them has sworn an oath to serve you and defend you. I'm no different. But seriously, I wouldn't be surprised if you did have your fair share of admirers among the Crusaders. I mean, Galfrey's finally got some competition on that score. Thank you, Lan. I also appreciate help from a friend. Don't mention it. I'll try not to stick out like a sore thumb and stay out of your way. I'll just watch over you silently, observing from the shadows. Wait, no, that came out wrong. Forget that I said. What I want to say is you can count on me. Let's talk to Aniva. We haven't talked to her yet for a while. And she has nothing to say outside of telling about herself, and I'm not going to do all that stuff, so let us head out. Oops, that's not what we want. That's not what we want. Actually, let's sleep first. Sleep. Okay, do we have any potions we can still make? Should be able to make that. Looks like we have what we need. And you, what can we... Well, let's do another scroll of magic missile. And let's begin resting. How is it that I never see eyes on you in any of my strolls through cannabis, Ember? You're an amusing little thing. I never set eyes on you. You set eyes on me, but you didn't see me. That is probably true. Okay, let's head out here. Okay. She's over here. By her horse, I assume. There she is. It's good to see you. Get this. Jana, the one who ran away when we were attacked by demons, never came back to her unit. She was seen running towards Numeria. Looks like she deserted. Anyway, that's not what I wanted to talk to you about, or not the only thing. Since our raid on the Hound Hearts camp, I've had the sinking feeling that I made a mistake. Dragging you into this, I mean. I should have known that a raid along the edge of the world wound wouldn't be so easy. But mostly, I was wrong about a lot of people. About Jana, who'd lost her nerve and abandoned her friends. About Curl, I knew he was a thief, but I really thought he turned over a new leaf and deserved a little compassion and trust. And Elin, I thought we were kindred spirits, friends through thick and thin, but it looks like I was wrong about him, too. Don't lose your trust in people, Sheila. So what if they make a few mistakes? It's no reason to give up your ideals. Someone has to show the people that there's a better path. Thank you, my friend. I needed that support. Thanks for listening to my grumbling and for helping me get to the bottom of this. I'm not going to leave things as they stand. If I get a chance, I'll track down Jana, see if I can talk some sense into her, and find out why Curl did what he did. I can't stop thinking about what Elin told me in the end. I really have become more powerful than paladins who are far more experienced and selfless than me. There's something not right about it. A servant of Iomeat should gain their powers through the dedicated personal effort. It's the only way to make sure they'll use the power for good. Our journey so far, it's all wrong, and it means I need to be 3 times as hard as myself now. Okay, let's go sell junk. We don't have a whole lot to sell. Here. No, I was right. It's up here. No, it's not up here. It's over here. It's like I have a map for this. Why don't I use it? There you are. Okay. Oh, by the way, I discovered there's a blacksmith over here. He sells all cold iron masterwork weapons, anything you would need. So, good to know. I think all he sells is cold iron mastered weapons, but hey, in a fight against demons, you need those. And I think at this point, we will call it an episode. So as always, if you enjoyed this episode, go ahead and give me a like or a comment. And if you disliked the episode, leaving me a dislike's fine. But please leave a comment saying why you disliked the episode. As always, this is Spidey 1958, and have fun gaming!